up, Scorpio? This is going to be your bi-weekly love check-in. This is for my Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do give me a like, throw me a comment, share. It does help out my channel. If you're new here, on this channel, we combine tarot and channeling with the universal law of assumption, manifesting consciousness to look into a situation with a specific person, your dynamic, and I help you to actually refocus and shift it should you want to. So if that's the case, then you can stick with me. I also do that in my private sessions. All the info for that's in the description box of the video. If you're looking for a more traditional tarot reader or a psychic, obviously there's plenty of amazing channels on this platform, or if you want a one-on-one, I've put links to my affiliates in the description box. Mystic Sense will give you your first 5 minutes reading free, and Spiritual Blossom will give you a bonus $10 when you deposit 20. So you can check them out if you want to. And so now, Scorpio, we're going to do the person on your mind. How do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? And a projected potential. I say projected potential because universal law of assumption. What is it? Okay, guys. Basically, my tarot readings are a check-in point into one version of you, your specific person, the connection that you, Scorpio, have selected, manifested, are manifesting out of the infinite that are available right now in this moment. Creation is finished. Everything exists all at once. Everyone is you pushed out in your personal reality. Your desires are meant for you. You can have anyone or any version of anyone that you would like. If you would like to manifest this differently, it requires a shift in your state of consciousness, the version of Scorpio that you're being, your identity, and a reselection of your dominant thoughts and assumptions pushed out. I've also just launched my course Shifted, where I take you through all of this, the I am principle, your ultimate self concept, and how to actually implement like conscious and deliberate manifesting, what that really is, and how that would apply to manifesting your specific person. So you can check it out. The link is in the description box of the video. Okay, Scorpio, the person on your mind, the Moon card. Something feels unclear. There's a sense of mystery, and King of Swords is wanting to get to the truth of things, like an honest conversation, maybe get clear on things. Let's have a look. Some of you are dealing with an air sign with that King of Swords. We've also had Pisces. Now, Three of Pentacles, some of you connected through the same network, career, something like that. We have a Nine of Swords, stresses, maybe around the lack of clarity, and the Justice card. Strong Libra energy. This could be about wanting balance and reciprocity in a situation where there's stress, and whether or not you're on the same page. I mean, that Moon card also is about things that feel apparently hidden. It can be psychological, guys. So like the Moon could be a lot of fears and anxieties. Like, are we on the same page? Some of you, this is very specific. You work in the same career. It's related to law or something like that. But maybe because of workplace stuff, things are not out in the open, but that's just one thing coming through, guys. Otherwise, this just could be stresses and anxieties when it comes to things not being very clear. For some of you, contracts, legal matters, marriage, divorce could be playing into this. Let's have a look. The Chariot card also potentially even immigration. For some of you, there could be distance or travel involved here. Okay, so lack of clarity in that department. Page of Swords. This is sort of an observation energy. This could go in and out of like talking, not talking, or the communication could get a bit smaller, a bit petty because there is some stress here. Let me have a look at this Justice card. Yeah, the Emperor card. Some of you are dealing with a boss figure, or that could be you. Otherwise, this is a husband or a father figure. And like I said, this could be something involving marriage, divorce, legal matters, etc. And look, we've got Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles, work, career, also could be playing into it, like I said. But Eight of Pentacles would also be about working on like coming to some kind of a balance, or making something clear between the two of you. Because I'm sticking to what I said. So there's need for clarity. And then King of Cups, and then the Judgment card. So there's like indecision here in some kind of a way, and Judgment card would be come back around, maybe where there's been a lot of stress, trying to work through something that needs to maybe be balanced between the two of you. I'm going to get a bit more, I trust what I channel. I saw that Moon card, so that's either psychological and anxiety about like, where is this going? Is this balanced? Can we make it work? travel and distance, all of that. This would be about perseverance in a positive direction. I mean, King of Cups, Knight of Cups is like genuine emotion, but perhaps there's this sort of question about like, is this achievable? Are we on the same page? Let me see. Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's like a lot in the mind. Eight of Swords, trapped in the mind, wanting to break free from that. You know, let me see what this Emperor card is. Ace of Swords. It's like lack of clarity. Maybe also an assumption there's been lack of honesty because the Moon card, you know. I'm going to get more on your side of the street, Scorpio, to see what's really going on here. Lack of honesty about like, are you on the same page? Lack of honesty about the direction. In some cases, this is something involving secrecy. I mean, I'm not saying like Three of Cups, but maybe it's got to do with work networks and career and something like that. I know that's very specific. And then the communication can go in and out. It could just be like lack of clarity in the way you communicate with one another. Three of Wands also could be about like, what's the future vision? And Three of Wands is a bit of waiting to see how things play out. And, you know, also this is sometimes about over water. Literally Six of Swords, over water. So it's like moving this in a more positive direction. Can we balance this? Can we solve a problem? Can we work through it? This person's very, very stressed, very in their mind. Like I said, the Moon card could be psychological. So this could have caused some stress, like a lot of fears coming up around the direction and maybe some petty conversation. So they want to come kind of unstuck. There's been some indecision here about this. I mean, yeah, Scorpio. I mean, we've got Page of Cups here. The Cups cards are all in the upright, guys. So there's no doubt that there's genuine feeling. There is stresses, like something needs to be kind of made right. Maybe a conversation was had or the way in which you've communicated. So this would be maybe like a gesture or an apology. Some of you, like I said, you can go in and out of talking. The Lovers card was flipped out, so there is a genuine, like a soul connection. There could be this feeling of like a choice needs to be made, a decision needs to be made. So that would be maybe around, you know, making this work, moving this in a positive direction, really stabilizing the connection, coming out of the dark, right? Maybe if it's like, not out in the open as an example. The Lovers card can be choices. Some of you, it's like legal matters are being wrapped up, you know, husband, father figure, all of that. Not all of you, okay? So let me get your side of the street, Scorpio. I mean, there's a lot here with cups. There's a Page of Cups. You know, that could be a child, by the way. But otherwise, this is just more like emotion, lots of emotion, but wanting to get to the heart of things and get clear. And there is love, but there's also decision time kind of thing. And there's been a lot of indecision and stuckness and something to do with like just not being very honest or upfront with one another, not communicating well. Let me see how you feel, Scorpio. Queen of Swords. Okay, and I saw that King of Swords before. And I think it was in the shadow, or I saw, yeah, something to do with King or Queen of Swords. Sorry, guys, I'm like wiped out today. It's got to do with communication and honesty and truth. So there's a needing to like come clean with one another. King of Wands is sort of in the reverse. So some of you kind of, you feel like there's been attraction, but you question maybe this person's intentions. I mean, Death card's in the reverse. It goes round and round. It feels unfinished though, so if you take pauses or you stop talking, it feels unfinished. And then stop talking, Eight of Wands, and you want to talk. But for some of you, yes, that's also like air travel. Or there could be, so there could be distance, or it's just about communication. Sorry, Scorpio, these are really stiff cards. How does Scorpio feel? The Emperor card in the reverse. There's something here about stability, commitment, being able to really commit to the situation. Three of Wands, you both have Three of Wands, thinking about the future, waiting. Ten of Pentacles, like, can this lead to the Ten of Pentacles, the future vision? Queen of Pentacles. Look, a portion of you guys, there's a waiting because there's something that needs to be wrapped up, okay? Don't take it if it's not your story. Like there's a commitment, there's legal matters, there's marriage, divorce. Now for others of you, there's just this sort of sense of waiting because it's very unclear about like, you know, commitment and banding together and doing that and choosing the connection and going for it. So Scorpio, if you're in the camp where you're waiting for someone to end something, you're making it part of your story, you can manifest that away very easily. You detach, you go to your end in the now, everything exists right now, you say we're together. You just take out all the conditions, circumstances, logic, timing, reason, etc., and all the pieces move around for you. If you are in the camp of like waiting because you just don't have the clarity and you want this person to commit to you, they're so committed to me, I'm all they want, full stop. Okay, yes, see Two of Swords in the reverse from another deck. See? Okay, you both want to come unstuck. Two of Swords also blindfold on, okay, from the Rider-Waite. So it's like things are just very unclear. And it's, you know, cause Four of Cups. In the reverse, you don't like this feeling of disappointment or there's a rejection wound. And we have a Ten of Cups here. Okay, so Ten of Cups is the happily ever after. Ten of Pentacles is a stable, you know, it's house and home. And then you want the success. And maybe you also want more attention, Scorpio. Why do we have that Three of Wands? What's all this waiting about? Emperor card in the reverse again. Someone's not coming up very like stable, solid, committed. Now, some of you that is coming down to, like I said, unfinished business, like legal matters, etc. For others of you, it's like there's not much clarity. Like Emperor card in the reverse is a shadow emperor, so it can come across as a bit stone cold. The communication can be maybe not so loving. So, I mean, I am seeing someone wanting to come in with loving communication, okay, and move things in a better direction. But I think that this sort of dynamic of questioning, you know, the future is coming down to not really trusting in that you can succeed. Like it's not trusting in the love offer, because Four of Cups is like feeling rejected, or you could feel a trigger like what you're offering they're not really taking. It's a mannerism maybe, or like I said, it could be something to do with things have to feel a little bit hidden. We've got the Fool card, the Fool card and the Strength card. It's about confidence in taking a leap with one another, and we have a Queen of Cups and a King of Cups. So you're a match emotionally, but then somehow there's stresses and anxieties about taking that leap. Like I said, for some of you it may be because of commitments outside, financial, legal, whatever, and there's love, but there's inability to really go for it yet, and it feels like a risk to take that leap. For the Ten of Cups, the success of that, because there's this fear of, well, one, loss, responsibility, and two, Four of Cups, maybe an old fear of rejection. So Scorpio, if that's you, you want your Ten of Cups and you feel like this person is the Ten of Cups, but they're kind of, you feel like it's risky because they morph into the monsters of last relationships past or whatever. Like some of you, you know, you might feel like this person is rejecting you. It's a perspective, so you need to change that. I talk about that a lot in my videos and in my course, right? And for some of you, it's just also like, what about travel? What about distance? And it feels like a risk, and then that causes a stuckness, and the stuckness makes it feel like there's disappointment and rejection, the way you communicate with one another. You might feel like this person doesn't show up like decisive, because Emperor is the leader. You want this person to take the lead and make you feel safe and secure to really go for it, then you just need to affirm that that's how they are. We're not manipulating anyone, we're just selecting it. That's it. We've got Aquarius energy, we've got Leo energy. Could be a bit of an ego clash, you know. I don't want to give you that assumption, but the Strength card can be a bit that way. Like, no, you boss up. No, you boss up. No, you make the decision. You know what I mean? No, you show up in a certain type of a way. You make the decision. You're both indecisive. Two of Swords, Two of Swords. So you want them to decide. You fucking tell them with the mind they've decided. This is how they are. You feed them a new script. Now you have Eight of Wands, so you want to talk to them. Okay? And you want a communication potentially about the future. Let's see what else. And because it's been avoided, Seven of Swords, and there's trust issues here, guys. And for some of you, this is a situation that does involve, and don't take it, like I said, if it's not yours, but that could be about sneakiness, right? Like, because if it involves a commitment outside. But most of you, I just really think that this is just like avoidance issues in communicating, and then there might be a bit of this like blame game, like holding back, and then the other one not saying what's what, and then reacting, feeling rejected. Hierophant card. So conversation, communication needing to be had, avoidance when it comes to commitments, like really going for it. Hierophant card is traditional values, commitments. Now, some of you, you know, there's been a holding back on that for the reasons that I explained. And for others of you, it's just like fear of this being a risk because of an old rejection wound and something that gets ping-ponged back and forth between the two of you. An assumption. The other one is not deciding, which is then being mirrored in indecisiveness. Sorry, guys, for jumping around, but Scorpio, just decide whatever the fuck you want. You can have your 10 of Cups. If you feel like this person's your 10 of Cups, you make a decision. I'm all they want. We have a perfect relationship. All the pieces are going to move around for you. Everything you're creating as a condition is going to like just fucking go away. Because you've shifted into another timeline and everyone is going to play their part perfectly. What do we have? Yeah, so Taurus energy. Yeah, okay, so what does this person want? Okay, new phase, ascending, transcending, preparing for union. Preparing for union. Okay, seduction, temptation, hooking up and date, poker face. This is like that King of Wands in the reversal I saw over here. There's this feeling of like, this is just hooking up and it hasn't really led to a commitment. There's a lot of this waiting for that. It does say third party. So for some of you, you know that, okay? For others of you, there's just this feeling of like, you're not really choosing, you're not choosing the connection. This is also taking a risk, risks and options. There's something that feels risky about this, either, like I said, because you're in the same workplace and secrets are involved, or there's third-party commitments, or there's just poker face, not showing emotions with one another, and then that triggers one another's like insecurities. You don't have to worry about them and their poker face. If you want them not to have a poker face, because how do you feel about them? Emperor card in the reverse. They are the most emotionally available, loving version of themselves. They show up so communicative. They show up as their perfect version. Write out all the things you think you are not preferable, scrap it out, and then write the opposite, and then this is how they are. The chaser, fear of abandonment. Runner, chaser, hot, cold. You're not choosing me, you're not choosing me. Okay, hammer, sabotage and rebuild, working on it, repairing. That's that Three of Pentacles. Can we cooperate? Can we repair this? It also might be literally about work issues. And then we have Sword and Rose. I said there's something about getting to the heart of things, clarity and truth, revelations, determination. There's a lot here about getting to the truth of things. So this person does want to get to the heart of things. There is a lot of this sort of pushing and pulling and fears going on and reacting, you know, like maybe they feel you pull away, then you feel like they pull away. So chaser, right? They want to have a communication with you, clarity and truth from that moon card, all of that like fear and maybe not feeling like very chosen. You both seem to not feel that way. So there is communication. And you want communication, so make the communication what you want it to be, or affirm the connection you want, if you want it. I don't know, it's a strong connection, Scorpio. Scorpio energy, but duality, Gemini, not like choices, options. Love, no doubt here, emotion, just lack of clarity. So there's a Sword and Rose, wanting clarity and truth. I don't know, Scorpio. It's a weird read. I jumped around. I'm sorry. Let's see. Love yourself first. This is the thing. So there's a triggering around not feeling very loved. What else? trust and trust issues. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Finances and career has come out. So it could be a career-related thing, workplace. Could be also finances and career, like financial ties to another party for some of you. See Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Past life relationship, you've known each other before, but strong soul connection. And there's a need for positive thinking and faith and trust in the situation to move forward. So you're just not trusting one another. The Seven of Swords is also trust issues between the two of you. So you can have the most loving, open, stable relationship. It's really all in your hands, Scorpio. There's infinite versions of you and infinite versions of them. And yes, I'm going to leave it at that, Scorpio. If you want to check out my course, Shifted, guys, I go through all of this with you and actually get you to embody it, practice it, and really get the results that you want, in my view, okay? We've had great results so far with people that have been doing the course. I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope in essence that guided some of you. I hope that it resonated for some of you. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks' time.